Hey guys, welcome back to Chariot Palmistry. My name is Sulabh Jain, and in this video I'd like to give you guys a quick little update on the energy around the crypto market. I think this is kind of important to do every once in a while. Basically, I already put out my video on what I think the predictions and the main timing of events will be around crypto throughout most of this year. But every once in a while I'll do a quick update video just to show you guys that things are still moving on track and that there's no need to panic. You see, today I've been getting a lot of messages from you guys about the big drop in the crypto market. Some tokens are down as much as double digits, like some of them 15 or 20% down. Bitcoin itself is down by about 8%. That's after going up like a huge amount in the last week or couple of weeks. So it's important to do like a quick energetic check-in every once in a while. So this video is going to be one part teaching you guys about how to make these predictions yourself. The other part is just to calm the nerves of a few people who are getting rattled. So the first thing I want to start out by saying is that the energy around crypto this year is mostly going to revolve around the planet Jupiter, specifically transiting into the sign of Taurus. You see, the last bull market was all about the energy of Rahu transiting into Taurus. I think the one before that was all about the sun transiting into Taurus too. I'll come back and talk about why Taurus is so important for crypto, maybe in a future video. But for now, the main takeaway here is last time was Rahu, or the last bull market was Rahu. This time it's all Jupiter. And what I'll do is I'll actually pull up the chart of the crypto price at that point. I want to show you how transiting Rahu and mapping the energy of Rahu led to some of the predictions we made with the crypto bull market last time, and how mapping Jupiter this time hopefully will lead to a similar result. So let me show you the charts first. Okay, so this is the chart of Bitcoin over here. Basically what happened last time was Jupiter transited into Taurus in about September of 2020, I believe. And it's at around about this point that I put out a video saying I'm expecting a big Bitcoin price run up taking place. And literally within just a couple of days of that video, this whole thing shot up about 4.5 times. And then I also put out a video saying mid-April the whole price would start to correct, and we were able to get that correction pretty good. I don't think I got the exact bottom here. I was saying it would be mid-July from memory. So around about that point, which really is close enough, and we rode it all the way up here. Now I remember putting out several videos at that point in time saying that the Bitcoin top is going to be in November. However, I wasn't correct on that one, or not entirely correct. I thought the top of this market was going to go all the way up to about 100,000, so somewhere around about there. And so when it didn't do that, I thought that there'd be an extension in this market, that it would go on into April of the next year of 2022. That didn't happen. You see, Rahu messed with my head a little bit, and I want to explain why that's the case. See, Rahu is a planet for deception. It creates a lot of growth, which is why we could see the Bitcoin price go up so much, but it also creates deception. What happened back at that point in time was there were a lot of con artists in the crypto market. The whole FTX scandal took place, Celsius, Luna. There are a lot more that I'm not mentioning, or I can't remember off the top of my head right now, but there are a lot of fraudsters in the market taking money off of people. So if those fraudsters weren't in the market, I'm confident that the price of crypto should have hit $100,000 back in November of 2021. Because those fraudsters entered the market, the whole price crashed shortly after that point. We've been in a bear market for, what's that, about 2 years almost now, since the recent write-up started to take place. But that's the energy of Rahu. You see, it gives you lots of rewards, and then it sucks the life right out of you unexpectedly. The reason I mention this is because I want to correlate what happened at that point to the energy of Jupiter. You see, Jupiter is a planet of wisdom, whereas Rahu is a planet of deception. It creates gains for you, but it takes them away just as quickly. Jupiter doesn't behave that way. Jupiter teaches you things. It helps you grow as a person. But, well, actually, the way I want you to think of Jupiter, think of it more like a teacher. There are good teachers who inspire and encourage you, Then there are bad teachers, teachers who tell you how dumb you are, how you'll never amount to anything in your life. Depending on what kind of teacher you have or how much you're willing to learn is correlated to how strong Jupiter should be helping you throughout your life in general, but also over this crypto bull market right now. You see, the tokens I think that are going to be going up the most over this bull run are the ones that teach and inspire people. Specifically, they're the tokens that help students, or more correctly, help the world to grow itself. Basically, what I'm saying in maybe circuitous language here is the tokens that will do the best are the tokens that work, the tokens that work hard. Think of a student having to sit for hours and hours studying their books in order to make something happen in the world. Similar thing with these tokens that I think Jupiter will help rise. The tokens that Jupiter will hurt are the lazy tokens, the ones who don't do their homework, the ones who just have a quick get-rich-quick scheme. Very similar to the fraud and deception that happened last time, these are the deliberately pointless tokens. So think of like the meme coins and things like that that are going up a lot right now. They're the ones I think that will suffer once Jupiter transits into Taurus. By the way, the date for that is in the first week of May. I don't think I've mentioned that in this video. In the first week of May, I'm expecting a huge boom to take place with crypto, similar to what Rahu did last time that I just showed you in the charts just now. I was talking to one of you guys in the community just the other day. He bought into Pepe, and he's like tripled or quadrupled his money. And I was like, I don't know if that's a good idea for you. Have a look at what this token actually does and make sure that your energy is well suited to this. I don't want the rug pulled out from underneath you because you're in a lazy coin. And that's basically the same message that I'd want to give you guys as well. The tokens you get into, this time round, you have to do your homework on them because Jupiter is your teacher. If you do your homework and you research your tokens well, then you will do well. But if you get lazy and you just blindly follow the masses, then you're going to get punished by your teacher. Keep that in mind. The other important thing about Jupiter is it helps you to fulfill your life purpose. You see, Jupiter doesn't just teach you stuff, it teaches you how to do what you need to do in order to do what you're supposed to do. What I mean by that, think of going through school, right? You spend 10 years, 12 years going through your education system to learn how to go to university, and then you go to university to learn how to get a job. Then you get the job to pay your taxes, buy a house, and do all that stuff. Then in the background to all of that is your life purpose. I talk to so many people whose life purpose is maybe to start up a charity or look after their kids or do something for their community, but they're not able to because they're too busy working in order to put a roof over their heads. Jupiter is the teacher that gives you the tools to fulfill your life purpose. And I believe right now through the crypto market, it will give you the financial means that you don't have to work in order to avoid living your life purpose. If your goal in life is to just look after your kids, that's actually a really noble goal, but if that's your purpose, then Jupiter is going to help you achieve that, I believe, in this cycle. If your purpose is to start up a charity and feed the hungry, then Jupiter is going to help give you the financial freedom to do that as well. So keep this in mind, guys. You have to know what your life purpose is in order to benefit the most from Jupiter here. If you don't know what your life purpose is, register with a reading with me. I'd be happy to look at your hands and tell you. Otherwise, find a really good astrologer or somebody that you trust. They can give you this information as well. Now, the other thing to have a look at is this eclipse that's coming up on the 25th of March. I've been getting messages from a couple of you guys worried that perhaps the whole market could roll over then. Now, I'm predicting the market should correct in the first week of April, and 25th of March and first week of April, there's about a week difference in that. To which I'd say it is possible that some tokens will start falling over on the 25th of March. In particular, I'm looking at Cardano. I think ADA is going to fall off at that point, correct? About a week before most of the general market. However, I still do think Bitcoin and most of the major coins will start to fall over in the first week of April. So that's one thing. The other, I suppose, energetic way to look at it is there's not much difference here. It's just a week or 7 days here or there. In palmistry, we have a pretty big margin of error in what we do. You see, when you read the lines on someone's hands, if you mismeasure a line by even a millimeter, then you can miss a prediction by as much as a year. So for example, if you read someone's hands and you think that they had, say, a relationship breakup at the age of 19, but you mismeasure that line by 1 millimeter, it could just be that relationship breakup that happens at the age of 20. This happens to me all the time. I do a reading for someone, I make a bunch of predictions on what I think is going to happen in the next year for him, and then it doesn't happen. But I hear from them about 2 years later and they say, all that stuff you predicted happened 1 year late. And that's human error on my part. I mismeasure lines all the time. So coming back to Jyotish and the astrology of all this, astrologers are very, very precise in their calculations, because it's literally mapping the moon going over a different nakshatra or a different point in the sky. You can't really mismeasure or get that wrong. Either the moon is over one star or it isn't. It's a binary thing. Whereas with palmistry, we've just been trained to accept a big margin of error in what we do from time to time. The general predictions always work out correct, even if the timing can be off. So what I'm really trying to say is, if the market rolls over on the 25th, that's not a bad thing. Jupiter's still going to come into Taurus in the first week of May, and the whole thing's going to go up. On the other hand, if it falls over or starts to correct, I believe, in April, then that's still not a bad thing, because it's still going to be going up over that May time frame. So that's where I want to leave you guys with this video. Think of Jupiter, think of what your life purpose is, and think of the hard work you're willing to put into this in terms of doing your homework. If you can answer those simple questions, the next couple months, or at least next year, is going to be one of the best times of your life. Thanks a lot, guys.